So President Kim Deok-hun from me today and Chairperson Yoo Young-suk from the Climate Change Center, thank you very much for organizing this very meaningful and timely event regarding the plastic. And also Ambassador of Canada, Tamara, my friend, thank you for sharing Canada's strong commitment to ensuring circular economy. And also my friend Jyoti, thank you for visiting Korea, traveling long hours, and for sharing the progress we have made so far and the plans and tasks we have to do in the future. So distinguished participants, ambassadors, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very, very honored and pleased here this afternoon for sharing my thoughts, Korean government's thought about the nexus between climate change and circular economy. Also, my thanks go to the speakers and panelists who are going to share valuable and insightful views how to ensure climate action and circular economy simultaneously and effectively. Because the previous speakers clearly mentioned the importance of the issues of plastic pollution and the need for global action for creating a legally binding instrument on plastic, I do not have many things to add. However, let me invite you to see this issue in a broader context. Let me look at the linkage between plastic production and consumption and our shared vision of achieving carbon neutral society. Let me also think about plastic pollution from the perspective of least developed countries and small island developing countries who are severely suffering from plastic pollution, although most of them do not produce even a single plastic bag domestically. Both climate change and plastic pollution are anthropogenic threats to our planet and a common concern of humankind. Both are inherently transboundary in nature and thus require a concerted and very coordinated global response to adequately address them. Last year, as previous speakers already mentioned, the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres warned that the Earth was facing a triple planetary crisis: climate disruption, nature and biodiversity loss, and pollution, including waste. It is very true. Day by day, we are witnessing the harmful consequences of climate change, disarray in nature, and worsening pollution. All these have happened due to the activities of human beings and our economic activities. Bearing in mind this triple crisis with a strong sense of urgency, fortunately, the international community is moving forward together. So I strongly believe that multilateralism is still properly working and functioning. The year of 2022 and 2023 can be remembered as the time when the international community has set milestones in its journey towards effectively addressing the triple crisis. We have expressed our solidarity and political commitment to working together by making significant achievements. Let me elaborate that. This month, just about 2 weeks ago, an agreement under the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea was adopted on the conservation and sustainable use of marine biological diversity of areas beyond national jurisdiction. In short, so-called BBNJ agreement. This agreement is to pump new life and hope to the ocean, ensuring sustainability in the ocean areas not covered under national jurisdiction. In December last year, the conclusion of the 15th Conference on Biological Diversity Convention, which was held in Montreal, Canada, saw the adoption of the Kunming-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework. Amidst a dangerous decline in nature, threatening the survival of 1 million species and impacting the lives of billions of people, the Global Biodiversity Framework aims to halt and reverse natural loss. The framework consists of global targets to be achieved by 2030 and beyond to safeguard and sustainably use biodiversity. Another big step was taken in the area of plastic pollution. Last year, as many already mentioned, UN members adopted the resolution to end plastic pollution towards an international legally binding instrument and established an intergovernmental negotiating committee with a very clear mandate to complete the negotiation by the end of next year, 2024. So, all these three big steps are closely interlinked together to fight against climate change and natural loss. All of them are indeed about paradigm shift. Climate action means a paradigm shift from fossil fuel-based economy to a clean energy-based economy. However, we all know that net zero economy cannot be achieved through energy transition only. That is just a part of the story. Adopting a circular economy, which keeps products and materials in use for as long as possible and designs avenues for waste and pollution across all sectors and value chain, will be crucial to the mosaic of a resilient carbon neutral world, which we are longing for. Therefore, countries must commit themselves to develop policies that seize the full potential of the circular economy by using fewer resources and reusing products and materials. Doing so will improve sustainable practice and enable countries to achieve their climate goals faster. Doing so will significantly reduce marine pollution. Doing so will help protecting species and natural resources. Therefore, I strongly believe that climate action and the circular economy can be described as two wheels of one cart that will drive us to a sustainable future. As the population and consumption increase, so does the demand for materials, as we all know. Emissions are likely to grow fast if we keep the current production and consumption pattern without change. As Korea has set its ambitious NDC of cutting greenhouse gas emission by 40% by the year of 2030, we must recognize the benefits of circular economy for the journey of achieving this ambitious goal. Let me emphasize the constructive role that Korea can play in climate and plastic discussion as a global pivotal state. Last month, the first Korea Pacific Island States Summit was held in Seoul under the theme of navigating towards co-prosperity. We all understand very well that Pacific Island countries, they are suffering from plastic pollution. And next year, there will be Korea African Countries Summit will be held in this country. And we all know that African countries, particularly LDCs, the Sub-Saharan African region, they are suffering severely from plastic pollution. Korea's President Yoon Suk-yeol, he participated in the G7 meeting held in Sapporo this year. G7 countries, they already announced their target. They announced they are committed to ending plastic pollution by 2040. Informally, Korea is often referred as G7 plus country or a member of G8. If so, I do believe that we must play a role. We must add a value in global discussion. That's why we are hosting INC5 in the autumn of next year, where UNEP members will reach an agreement on the legal instrument on plastic. Regulating plastic may bring about complex socio-economic issues. Countries have different circumstances and capabilities. However, as I mentioned at the beginning, the international community already has very strong records of expressing solidarity in united voices. We came up with the Paris Agreement on Climate Action, the Global Biodiversity Framework, and the BBNJ agreement. This time, we can write a new history again. Today's forum will be remembered as a constructive contribution to making such hard work happen. Once again, I very much appreciate the speakers and panelists who are going to share their views and insights, and I'm looking forward to a very productive discussion. Thank you very much.
네, 말씀 감사합니다. 네,